weekend by the likes of Edwin Sifuna. So welcome, Mureithi.
Thank you.
I must say, I was a little bit disappointed by the newspapers, apart from the Star newspaper.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had such a great, we won a match yesterday as a country. And I thought, you know, Harambee Stars winning is not an everyday thing.
Yeah, sure.
As in, it is very rare for Harambee Stars to win. But we've won such a major match.
Yeah.
And it's not the headline.
Yeah. It boils down to something we emphasized on last week. Patriotism. Patriotism is love for your country, you know. And when you love your country, then you'll actually consider what's good for the country, both local and international. What kind of image are you projecting, you know? If we are always, you know, projecting what is negative always, we are not really expressing a certain good level of patriotism. It means somehow, yes, we are Kenyans, but there are some things we don't love about Kenya. But sometimes we don't have to have that kind of outburst every other time. So sometimes we should regulate and celebrate the good things that happen, because it can't be that your country is all hell, you know.
Yeah.
Some good tides can also be, you know, posted, especially in the front of the papers. Even if somebody got born again yesterday, somebody who was too radical, I mean, just put it on papers.
There. Yeah. As in, it's like a marriage, a marriage relationship where you only see the negative.
Yeah.
That marriage is doomed to fail.
It's doomed to fail. It's doomed to fail. Like we always say, and we say that we spoke last week about football. Okay, let me confirm to you, I'm not a football fanatic nowadays. I am a football fan, you know. Fanatics have taken it a notch higher. They now coach Arsenal from here, and Man U and Liverpool and Real Madrid, you know.
they coach them from here.
They coach them from the screen.
And they're willing to even put bets on them.
Absolutely, and that's the fanatism I don't intend to get to. So I want just to remain a football fan. I love football. I love my country. And like I said, if you get into the match with the right mind, and not necessarily with the promises that we had, whether the promises are fulfilled or not, I wish I should enjoy the game that I love. And I should also replace the 1 million with a bigger picture that I wish I'm picked for a professional assignment, you know, or signing for that matter. Because that's even bigger than is bigger than the 1 million. So if you can capitalize on this platform, if they capitalize on this platform, you never know what kind of transformation it would cause to their lives. So that's where we are. Kenya, and as you heard our coach Ben McCarthy, he put it very clear. It's match after match, and that's the mind of a player. Like I said last week, it's match after match. It's 90 minutes. And it doesn't have to be that if you're beaten and you're a good team. Every other team has been training to better the other. And a time comes when you reach your T and you're not able to, you know, go beyond that. And some season of, you know, diminished performance becomes a reality. Even in food production and everything, there's something we used to learn in agriculture called the law of diminishing returns. A time comes when your land is so productive, you're just picking up very well, then all of a sudden you begin to, you know, perform dismally. It begins to perform dismally. It's the same thing.
You need more inputs to get the same.
But it's very healthy.
Satisfaction.
It's very healthy. It's just the same way a military force would be in war, and you'd meet some force that you cannot withstand. You just retreat. But that then means the end of the war. It means you're just going to reconstitute yourself, rejuvenate yourself, then you're able now to hit even harder. So while you're doing that, others are rising. Their morale is going up. And like I said, gone are days when we used to run away with the ball. You know, today we're playing a game that matches our opponents. And if you watched, there was a time we used to play football, and you could watch and see how the game is taken to the Kenyan court. But today, the ball is taken to the Kenyan court, and the Kenyans are taking it to the other side. And it's tactical football. And that's what I was talking about, the advancement of the game. But you can only see that if you take away England, Germany, Brazil, off the front of our focus, because it becomes a veil. You will never see the good thing about it, and the good analogy you've given about marriage. If I always speak the good of my neighbor's children and the wife, and I'm doing nothing about it, then I would lose it. You know, when I met my wife some 23 years ago, I was a guy who had some muscles, and I had some six packs. Today I have. Today.
You had six pack.
I was a sportsman. I was a sports guy.
For real?
I was a sporting guy.
I've always had one pack.
I was a sporting guy. By then, I was doing martial arts. I started volleyball. Then I asked God to allow me to forget that thing, because it had a negative impact on my spiritual stance. Away from that, what I'm trying to say is that today I have a giant. But the good thing about it is that I celebrate the giant pack, because not so many people have the giant pack. You know, they are clamoring for what really is not so desirable to me at the moment. But if this was the reason, these were the reasons that why she could feel that now she's gotten the man, I've lost it. So if this is what brought her to me, then it's gone. You know, fortunately, I thank God, it's love that brought us together. That's why we are there. Same thing. I find reasons why I should love my country. Because it's performing very well, the president is good, the government is good, the politicians are doing perfect. I mean, every system is going right, then I have every reason to celebrate it. The day things go wrong, I will. If I had the focus on this other side that celebrates only the good things, when the bad things begin to happen, I'll actually die with the entire country. But I must train myself to stand in good times and in bad times. And that's why maybe the politics of the country today may be tumultuous, which you have also seen being transferred in football. I saw some fans saying, two-term nimepata ticket mbili. So somehow even
I was just reading and I saw, I don't know what the hula baloo is all about. Politicians bought tickets for fun and took busloads of people to Kasarani.
Not politicians, the government side. It's government side that did that. They just be specific.
Yes.
To prevent this Harambe one-time thing. Of course, it was not going to be, because they knew, the president knew he would attend the match. So I think that's why that's why they had to manipulate the ticketing, because when Nicholas was announcing that you can purchase these tickets online, those who went straight on to purchase them, they never found tickets on. You know, there was some deliberate delays and such, you know. Kotu pale ona ngoja tu haikuji. Messages they all gone, you know. And all of a sudden, and I think it was unfortunate. Kenyans have come to a point where they begin to love our brand. And I think much of what has caused Kenyans to begin to think like this is not necessarily the kind of football that you are playing today, which is good and great. At club level, we are doing good. But I think the athletes, the Rouge guys, the rugby guys, and ladies, these people have made Kenya proud to an extent you can't believe. Because if you go to TikTok today, the most entertaining rugby that is being posted there is by Kenyans.
It's true.
And you begin just to love Kenya
And
as a
it's
brand.
by both genders.
Both gender.
Women and men.
Yeah.
And then I wish we could capitalize on such great stuff to package our country and also to help improve the psyche of the people in here. I know over the years, we as a country, people have glorified whatever is not working, but there are things that are working.
Yeah.
And I keep on telling people, I am, and I'm not saying this so that number one can call me or anything, but I'm saying I have seen SHA working. I have a mother who has sessions of dialysis twice a week. It is paid by, it's paid for by SHA. So I cannot go and say it does not work.
Sure.
Because for me, the experience is that the thing works. It may have challenges in some areas, but for me, my experience is it works. And we have to start learning to celebrate things that are working.
Sure.
So that if you have an attitude of thanksgiving and gratitude, I think it's so healthy to you as a person. It starts building on things, because when you have an attitude of gratitude, you start seeing even the very small things. You start noticing the good small things. If you have an attitude of complaining, you also start seeing the bad small things.
Being realistic on that issue, is always good to argue with facts. Because you see, like, for instance, the registered number of people, I don't think is those who have registered with only 100 or 200 or 300 shillings. Is I think we need members. I think the rules had been spelled out clearly. Is 10,000 shillings for you to deserve any form of treatment. And when you have 24 million people registered, then it means if you multiply by what do you call this? 24 million people, you multiply by the 10,000, around, it's 10,000 shillings. If you multiply by 10,000, that's 240 billion shillings. And not all 24 million people are in hospital. We're talking about around 100,000 people who are actually hospitalized and are in hospital beds in Kenya. Now, when you divide that to even 1 million people, it means they deserve to be covered with 240 million from hospitals where we have wards in level 4 all the way to level 7. So when we have 240 million, you just ask yourself, if 24 million people have registered, then you multiply by that money is 240 billion. So there shouldn't be any complaint right from the word go that there is no one who is not getting full cover.
True.
You get my point?
I get your point.
Secondly,
the processes,
there was that transition from NHIF. There was money in NHIF, which was not refunded to the people who are registered. It was still in the process of, transferring it to the person who had registered who actually owns the money at NHIF. Somehow, this somewhat got lost. But what you're trying to say is that when you have 240 billion shillings for 1 year, that's a huge amount that should actually run the health sector. Then out of the 240 billion, you add the 104 billion that was pumped for the same purpose. You're talking about 344 billion Kenya shillings. That's the kind of money we're talking about this year that should be taking care of any Kenyan that is in hospital. And like I said, we don't even have 200,000 hospital beds in all hospitals.
Yes.
We have like 100,000. So if you give it, if you try and come up with a figure like even 200,000, you can see how much money one is supposed to benefit from. So this issue of it's working, not working, I think even the system themselves are supposed to be, top notch.
True. Now, let's swing this. Over the weekend, 2 ODM. What you can call generals for that matter, and Edwin Sifuna being one of them, the young ones. I'm coming from Western Kenya. I don't know what the motive is. they came out gun blazing. And they're saying that if ODM is going to support William Ruto in 2027, they are going to eject themselves from the bus. And one of the key person is the Secretary General of ODM, who's been very vocal. I mean, he's been very consistent about what he believes in as far as this relationship is concerned. What do you read in all this?
There's a group of leadership that we have sort of ignored. It's called the Young Parliamentarians Group. These people have no differences in terms of political affiliation. They have been friends, and they've been working towards a revolution. A revolution in the sense that it's time for the young leaders to take over. Because you go to a party like ODM, it's Raila Odinga, when he could run and when he couldn't walk. When he can't walk, still Baba. But a time comes when you know that your energy can take this party further and fulfill the agendas beyond this, beyond what Baba can do at the moment. And kudos to what he has done. He's done his part. The only problem is when you cling onto something for too long and you don't want to groom anyone and you don't want to let them, have a free flight. If he does not allow that, then it means what he was to experience was a revolt. I said here, like almost a year and a half ago, that ODM shall collapse. And the collapse of ODM shall
I don't think ODM is going to go down.
Shall be led by the young parliamentarians. Is today you hear the likes of people like Babu saying, I don't have to agree with Baba on everything. What does that tell you? It tells you, I'm ready to go it alone, or take a different dimension or perspective in terms of issues concerning ODM. The splinter group is there. You saw the likes of James Orengo. Of course, there's some stories going around. Now, there are these people who are coming out as independent ODM members, somewhat independent thinkers. They want some form of hegemony, I would say, from the bondage that they have been fixed in that Baba cage. And it's time they're actually breaking away out of it. Not that they hate Baba. No, they're actually telling Baba, I think it's time. It's time you allow us to exercise what we know. It's time you allow us to use our energies, right energies, towards putting up a good, a better ODM or a stronger ODM. What will happen is that they will fight back. And that's what they're doing. So these forces led by Baba's brother, Oburu, and the other faction led by the Young Turks, they're definitely going to clash, and it will definitely cause a split. What will not happen is that Baba, like a religion to the ODM members, they may not really dissociate themselves with Baba, but they will keep themselves close to Baba. They will all hail Baba, but with different ideologies. This is the split I'm talking about. It's no longer the ODM that Baba calls and they seek to know what Baba is saying. There are some that will be defying whatever he says, and especially what they have spelled to you, that they are not really for the two-term thing for William Ruto. And definitely if they go to, take that direction, this will be another third front of the opposition.
Do you see them making good their threat? Because some of them literally depend on the support of Baba for them, or of Raila Odinga for that matter, for their political careers.
The political dynamics keep changing. And currently, if you go to Western Kenya, it's no longer about, it's not about Baba anymore.
In Western Kenya?
In Western Kenya. It's not about Musalia Mudavadi. It's not about Moses Wetangula anymore. Other luminaries are coming up. We have the likes of George Natembeya and the likes of Edwin Sifuna. Malala on the other side. These are people who have kindled a fire that is not going to die down so soon. So when you see that happening, you will see that some of the elderly guys who understand what's happening on the ground are beginning to align themselves with these young thugs, because a takeover is a must in the Western politics, the Western Kenya politics.
So you think
see guys like
all this is to try and wrestle Western Kenya from both Baba, Musalia, and Wetangula?
No, is for them to have that political space to make their own decisions as a united front. The Luya people, because for the longest time they have been filling the baskets of either side. And when you're second fiddle all the time and you have the largest number of votes, with the example that Mount Kenya gave them, I think they now learned a lesson, and a very big one, that unity is something that can drive a community, ahead. And this has been the thing that had been demonized before, that people from Mount Kenya, they vote religiously. They agree and they push for whoever they prefer. So now they have discovered, if we agree and push for whoever we discover we prefer, then we can have a larger cake that deservedly is for the Western people, not something that has been just given out as just a handout to appease the people of Western, like what was granted to Musalia Mudavadi and Nani. You just give them some few positions and that's it. No development, no nothing. So the people were saying they would like to have that cake, and it comes through our counties. We want to see development. We want to see uplifting of our people, but not really for the. That's why we're saying they're not going for the empowerment of 64 shillings, 2,000 shillings, 500 shillings. You know that because if you give me 2,000 shillings or give me 500 shillings or 64 shillings, how is it going to help me? And this is the empowerment we are seeing. Instead of pumping this money to a body like the MSME or organization, or department of the government, if you pump that money there and go out there and campaign to encourage people to register, with small business people with itinerant businesses, to register with the MSME, then you're telling them something and make the funds available. But taking to us, this group gets 64 shillings, the other one gets 2,000, the other one gets 500 shillings. You're not empowering no one. In any case, we know that if they were talking about development, I think they would be coming up with ideas. And that's what I'm saying. We need to have a new way of doing our politics in the country. If they would be running around giving ideas on how
agendas, this is what we want to do, and that kind
this
of
is what the world is doing, this is how we can improve ours, because they're troubled, then that would be helpful. But dishing out 200 shillings and then hurling some insults and some promiscuous language, I don't think that's what really Kenyans are looking for.
If you look at Edwin Sifuna, let's put him on the spotlight. Do you think he's doing all this to try and maybe become the governor of Nairobi or governor of some county in Western Kenya? Because his name, his name has been mentioned severally when it comes to the Nairobi County government, the governor, and I know that as part of the agreement is one of the demands that ODM has been making is that if they are to support President William Ruto, they'll have to be given Nairobi as as governor.
That's a politics I've not had. I've been in Nairobi, but I believe they are overconfident. The ODM side is overconfident that Nairobi belongs to them, but they don't know what would happen if the people on the other side decide we are now putting it in one or two baskets. That means they will never ever find even a parliamentarian seat, except for maybe places like Kibera and a bit of competition right here in Ruaraka. So what I'm trying to say is that when you map out Nairobi like that, and people of Mount Kenya and Eastern Kenya decide to vote where they live, where they spend most of their time, then I think the dynamics would be different. So whatever they are projecting may not really come to fruition.
Yes.
come to pass rather. So that's hypothetical. So they can see it from that perspective. But if they take a piece of pen, a piece of paper and a pen, and do the math, then they would realize that this is not something they can peg on. What there is that. If they are bound to support the government, let them go full throttle and support as ODM and support President William Ruto and his Kenya Kwanza government. But the opposition front is actually bound on a one-term program. So what I'm trying to say is that Nairobi, if Nairobi takes that kind, because you see, every side has strategists and they're planning, you know, and that's what I'm saying. If the discouragement of, no, we are not voting for two guys, we're voting for one guy. If they're voting for one guy from Mount Kenya, then that means Nairobi's gone.
Because I look at the Babu Owino. Babu Owino has been, I think he's seeking the gubernatorial position in Nairobi. Edwin Sifuna. And obviously Sakaja will be going there. Sakaja may be a darling of Musalia and Ruto. Babu Owino has fallen out a lot. He's not a darling of Raila Odinga anymore. So his chances are...
Seemingly, he's not a darling of Raila Odinga.
From insider information, he's no longer a darling like he used to be. Then Sifuna now. Sifuna is rubbing quite a number of people the wrong way. But he has the support of Baba. Baba has come to his defense and said, hey, and maybe he's even a mouthpiece of the former prime minister.
When the force is too strong, sometimes you don't go straight condemning. Because Sifuna has been doing his thing strategically. They didn't know. They thought he was making noise. But it's now they're realizing that Sifuna has already designed his way out. So nothing is actually hitting Sifuna as a surprise.
You see him going out?
He's ready to go out and he's ready to stay. He has those two options with him. And that's what I'm saying. They never knew that he was talking with these two options in his pouch. Babu Owino is tricky. Babu Owino's case is tricky because when you hear him talk about his allegiance to Baba, it's unwavering. You know, what he has done is only spells that he has an interest with ODM. And secondly, if he would really imagine, you know, winning Mount Kenya vote to himself, of course he's married in Mount Kenya, and they're sitting on the fence during impeachment. That really Mount Kenya people are so concerned about. Where is your stand? You know, that's why it becomes it has become difficult for Dindi Nyoro just to fight with his gloves. He's now pulled off his gloves and he's fighting bare knuckles, so that at least he can gain the relevance and become a standby leader. Besides Rigathi Gachagua in Mount Kenya. He's realized that because after being used and dumped, then definitely you just have to strategize. Now, coming back to Babu Owino, the math I was giving you for Nairobi County, which is a strategy for the DCP and any other opposition party, mahali huko ndio unapigia kura. If they say that and it becomes a slogan in Nairobi, then that's gone. Is no longer a Western Nyanza affair. If you check by population,
as in if the one community does not go back home.
No, if you agree, if they agree, let those who are at home vote at home, and you vote where you spend most of your time, then definitely that would mean that the political dynamics for Nairobi County gubernatorial seat and parliamentary and also senatorial, they'll definitely change.
Wow. All right, let's see how this week is going to pan out. Let's see how ODM is going to respond to Sifuna. And then on Thursday, Harambee Stars will be doing their thing against Angola. And I was told Angola is a completely different ball game. But let's see.
Game is 90 minutes. Kenya is a whole different ball game. When it comes to the 90 minutes, they're playing the same ball with Angola. And if Kenya has ever beaten countries like Ghana recently, Ethiopia, Sudan, Zimbabwe, it means we can beat any team. That includes Angola. And what I believe is that with the psych, and I'm praying that the president is able to fulfill and maybe make it clear, because when I heard about the team getting 1 million shillings each, I didn't know whether it's the 11 or the 22 or plus the officials of the team. That comes to around maybe 40 people. I don't know whether it's the 40 million coming to that is what they're budgeting for, because it should be very clear. Secondly, I've had the media misconstrue the statement by the president. He said when you reach the final, if you reach the final, it's 600 million. It's not if you win the cup. Reaching the final, whether they win silver or gold, they get 600 million shillings. So it should be very clear. So I think Maura has some work to do to clarify what the president has said, because maybe yesterday was just 11 million that was dished out. We need to know whether it's the 22 or maybe 40, because each one of them has contributed to the performance. The ones who trained with them, the ones who on the bench, and the officials. So I think they should come out clear with this one. ODM, I must tell you, is on a steep slope that is so slippery.
People are skidding.
Yeah, they're skidding. While DCP is really anchoring itself deep into the rocks of that same hill. They're scaling it.
Let's see how that plays out this week. What we can pray is that this country will be placed at the center of all priorities. Let's love our country like Muito has said. I keep on saying I don't give a hoot about Kenyan football or any football at that. And I'm one of those people who didn't even watch the match, because as far as I was concerned, it was a foregone conclusion. I've become so used to Harambee Stars losing that when they win, I get a shock. So I will support the team. Let's pray that they perform well. This is a great country, and we need to shower our country with love, because when we shower our country with love, the people we are loving is ourselves. All right? All right, let's bring the curtains down on the show. Don't forget, at 2 p.m., we are going to have the scoreboard, where they discuss some of the things to do with the matches and what is coming. And then at 11:30, we have Gatuzi, where quite a number of things concerning the counties will be discussed. All right? Good morning.